welcome you to our Life Weekly show. This morning we have Seth Groff with us. He's a manager of the life products at Assurity Life Insurance Company. Today he's going to be discussing packaging, selling, the elevator analogy. So Seth, are you there?
I'm here, Kathy.
Awesome. I'm going to let you take it away, okay?
All right. Well, thanks. And thanks again, Kathy, and all the great folks over there at Premier. And then also thanks to everybody that took some time today to jump on and learn about a sales concept that we have a couple of groups that have really taken advantage of this concept. And as a result, we've seen their sales increase dramatically. And, we're going to talk about the reasons why this sales concept has been so successful, but what it boils down to is two things. And one, it's successful because the clients like it because they're better protected, and two, the agents like it because they end up actually making more money because they increase the premium that they sell to the client. So everybody wins in this situation, and we've seen a lot of success with this sales concept. Really, I've started promoting it heavily basically over probably the past 3 to 4 months, but it's caught on with a couple of groups, and the agents that really picked up on it, they've been having success. So if you're not familiar with Assurity, real quick, just remember that Assurity is a mutual company that focuses on Middle America. And the great thing about that is that we've actually focused on Middle America for the past 125 years. And what we've learned, or what the current situation is, if you pick up any industry magazine, it always says that middle America, middle income families are underinsured. And so there's all these agents out there that are saying, okay, how do I get in this market? How do I get into this market where it's profitable? What do I need to do? And what I tell people, or what I tell agents when they ask themselves that question, is I say partner with an organization like Premier that has a great relationship with Assurity that knows what it takes to be successful in the middle income market. And two of the factors that we found by focusing on the middle income market over the past 125 years, one is that if you're going to sell life insurance in this demographic, in today's environment, convenience is going to play a huge factor. And so when you look at our life products, you're going to see that we're going to make it convenient in the way that your client can get coverage. And the way we do that is through the utilization of non-medical underwriting up to certain face amounts, and also convenience factors such as e-application, tele-app, things of that nature. So when you look at our portfolio, convenience is going to be the common theme. And then the second thing that we found working in this market, the middle income market, is that a family is going to suffer a financial hardship if the main breadwinner, or one of the main breadwinners, because most people work, have two income families nowadays, but we look, and everybody typically knows this, that the family is going to suffer a financial hardship in the event of a premature death. That's nothing new. That's a common thing. It's been around in the life insurance industry. But what we asked ourselves at Assurity is, what would happen if that same breadwinner didn't die, but instead maybe became disabled and was unable to go to work, or they suffered a critical illness such as a heart attack, cancer, and stroke, and couldn't go to work? Would the family suffer a financial hardship? And the answer is yes. So what we said, based on that fact that a family will suffer a financial hardship if they die prematurely, have a heart attack, cancer, stroke, or a disability, what is the convenient way that we can get protection against multiple risks on our life insurance products? Because what we found is that some agents that don't focus on those markets, those secondary markets, the CI and DI markets, they weren't willing to go out and write a separate standalone policy. And so as a result, when we designed our life products, we made it easy to sell these additional benefits by being able to add them on as a rider. And as a result, we've been training agents, and agents are starting to have success doing a package sale and presenting it to the clients. So that's why we're talking about the elevator analogy, and this is how an easy way, this is an easy napkin presentation that you can do for your client to help them understand why they should consider adding a CI rider, or they should consider adding a DI rider, or even better, they consider adding both. So what I need you to do for the elevator analogy is to, if you have a piece of paper in front of you, draw a skyscraper, okay? Draw just a square building on the piece of paper. And that is basically what we're going to use for the elevator analogy. Now, what I need you to do after you draw the skyscraper is I need you to draw what looks like an elevator, so just a small box on the bottom floor, okay? So it's almost going to look like a door into the bottom of the skyscraper, and then draw one cable all the way from the elevator all the way up to the top, okay? So basically you should have a large rectangle, which is going to represent a building, and then an elevator with one safety cable going all the way up to the top. Now what I do after I draw that with the client is I say that your financial goals, you know, do you have financial goals? And yes, what are they? And they're going to list them out to me. They might say that it's saving for retirement. They might say it's saving for the college education. Whatever the case might be, I'm asking about what their long-term financial goals are. And whatever those goals are, I'm going to write them at the top of that building. Then after I write those financial goals, I'm going to explain to them what their current situation is. Their current situation is that picture of a building with an elevator with only one cable going up to the top, okay? Now, what that cable represents is their ability to get up and go earn an income, right? So as long as they continue to earn an income, they're going to move up their financial building, and they're going to be able to write those financial goals. Because as long as they're able to work, they're going to get to the top. But what happens if something happens to their ability to earn an income? And the answer is that one, their elevator might fall all the way to the bottom. They might have to get out and walk to the bottom. But bottom line, you know, I compare it to basically like a fire. If you're in an elevator, is that you have to get out and you have to go to the bottom and you have to start over. So if any event happens with that one cable going up to the top, they're going to have to get out and go down to the bottom and then basically start over to trying to achieve their financial goals. But then I show them what I can do, how I can protect them is that I can add additional cables to their current financial situation. So what I'll do is I'll draw another cable going up, and I'm going to say this is going to be your life insurance protection. And so in the event that you die prematurely, this cable is going to catch and your elevator isn't going to fall. Your family's still going to be able to achieve their financial goals because we have this life insurance cable going up to the top. Then I'll draw another cable going up to the top. So now I have 3 cables going up. And I'll say this cable is going to be for your critical illness rider or your critical illness. So if you're diagnosed with a heart attack, cancer, or stroke, you're going to receive a lump sum of money. Your family's elevator isn't going to plummet to the bottom. You're still going to be able to work towards your financial goals because you're going to have a lump sum amount of money in order to overcome that. Then I'm going to draw the 4th cable going to the top. And I'm going to say that, you know, this is going to represent your disability rider. And this rider, you know, if you become disabled, unable to work, this rider is going to kick in and it's going to catch you and it's going to prevent you from falling to the bottom. And then, you know, if depending on what chassis I'm using it, what life insurance product I'm talking about, I might even, if I'm writing a cash value product with the surety, I'll draw one for the cash value that builds in the plan as well, so that, you know, if a financial emergency happens, again, you don't plummet to the bottom. You have some cash value there that cable there that's going to help hold you up and keep you to reaching the top of the building. But after you draw that, and normally what I do is I draw 2 separate pictures. So I leave the one skyscraper over on the left. I draw a new one with the 5 cables that I just talked about, and I just say basically, what elevator do you want to be in? And when you position it like that and you show them how you're providing them with additional cables, they're going to be more likely to purchase these riders. And by positioning it that way, you can do a package sell where they see that there's benefits to adding some of these secondary riders, such as a CI, DI rider for their clients. So that's a simple way to position it with the clients. It's an easy conversation to have, and that's how I present the package sale. Because when you use that visual and you explain to them how you're just providing extra cables on their elevator that's going to help them achieve their financial goals, they're going to be more receptive to that. They're going to see the value, and they're going to be willing to go with that option.
Hey, Seth, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that idea of the elevator like that. When you get a moment after this webinar, or this talk show, can you send something over to me as an example so I can share with the people who are on?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that'd be great. That'd be great.
Yep.
Somebody did ask out there, and I just want to get back to you, Debbie. There is no slides. This is just a talk show, so that way it's easier if you can't make it. You know, it's your computer. You can actually do this in your car if you're running to appointments. So I do want to make sure that you're clear on that. Also, I do have a question for you back to this. So why should the agents be choosing Assurity over other carriers for your products on this?
Yeah, no, that's a great question, and it's definitely a fair question. There's a couple of reasons why I think you should choose Assurity. Number one is really going to be the convenience factor. Remember that with our life products, you can add these as riders. So basically, all you have to do is you have to check a box if you want the DI rider or the CI rider, and then put the amount that you want. The client won't have to do any additional underwriting. Obviously those riders are looked at a little differently by the underwriter in some scenarios, but basically all you have to do is check a box. You don't have to fill out another application. You just check a box, and so it's going to be convenient for both you and for the client. Also, when we design these products, we design these riders, the CI and DI riders on our life products, to pay in addition to the death benefit. And so the reason for that is that if you look at the market right now, there's a lot of products that offer similar options, but they accelerate the death benefit. And I'm not saying that those products are bad. All I'm saying is that ours is different. And I think there's some true advantages to your client. And what I mean by that is that our riders will actually pay in addition to the death benefit. So for example, let's say you add a $50,000 critical illness rider to the plan, right? And you're diagnosed with a heart attack, and so you get that benefit. You still have your entire death benefit in force, okay? So it doesn't eat away at your death benefit. And why that's important is because a lot of times when you use one of these riders, a CI rider or even a DI rider, it's going to be a time when you won't be able to, where you won't be able to qualify for additional life insurance. And so why would you want to accelerate something that you wouldn't be able to qualify? If you go the other route, you only can really put one cable up there, right? Because now if you use it for one thing, you're losing the other cables. And this approach, you can truthfully have the multiple cut cables, because even if you use one of the cables for one of the riders, you still have all the other cables in force. You're not losing them. So it pays in addition, just better protection for your client. Now, with that being said, obviously, since it pays in addition, there are additional charges to the client. But I think that's actually an advantage, because obviously the client's better protected, which we just spoke about, but also you, the agent, you're going to make more money, right? Because you're out there selling these additional benefits. In my opinion, you get paid for that. And so since it's additional premium, you will actually your entire commission on the riders as well. And so as a result, you make more money. So that's why I think that Assurity is a good fit for this strategy, because first of all, the convenience, it pays in addition, and you're going to make more money. So those are my 3 reasons.
Wow. Hey, Seth, what products does Assurity have to put these riders on? So what type of products are you talking about?
Yep, that's a great question as well. We basically have 3 life products that you can do this strategy on. And depending on your client, what they're trying to accomplish, kind of dictates where we go. Obviously, our term products, whether it's our non-med term product or our term 350 plus, they have these riders available. So these strategies are very popular with the term chassis. The problem with that is that the term portion might not take him all the way to the top, right? So you can do it with term, but just remember you're only going to have that protection for a limited amount of time, and so you might want to go with more of a permanent solution. And we actually have these riders available on our whole life product and our universal life product. So you can add these riders and to both the participating whole life and the universal life. We just introduced these riders to our UL product, and that one's actually been a lot more popular than the whole life, just because you can kind of keep the cost down with the universal life over the whole life. So when you add these riders, it's just been, I think the price point for it has been more attractive. So we've seen the uptick in actually the UL business with it, but to answer your question, you can do it on term, whole life, and also universal life.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You guys also have out there, to change the subject on this, but an accident term that has an actually DI rider as well, too?
Yep, we do. The product you're referring to is the AxiFlex product. It's an accidental death benefit that's going to pay, in the event that you die because of an accident. But the cool thing about that product is that you can actually add an accident-only disability income rider as well. So you could still use this kind of concept. It'd only be your accidental death, and then an accidental DI would be your two cables. But that's like really inexpensive. I mean, since it's only going to trigger if it's an accident, it's it's going to be real inexpensive. But yes, you could do it with our AxiFlex product as well.
Wonderful. And I know for your contracting purposes, because there's some agents out here that I know are appointed right now, but you kind of got a good just-in-time contracting. So we get them appointed, they get an agent number shortly. That way they can go on the website, get all the information they need, be able to run quotes and everything like that. So they're not stopped by, you can't finalize your appointment until you have new business, correct?
Yep, that's correct. I think there's one state exception. I think it's Pennsylvania, but otherwise, to get the paperwork in, then you have access to all the tools that we have available to help support this concept, and you can get quotes and go from there.
Wonderful. Okay, I've got a couple questions out here. Mark Rogers wanted to know, is there any way to show the company website showing the products? Mark, we will get you the information from Seth today, and then we'll email everybody the information on the website and the products. That way you have the information. And Seth, if you have anything that you can send us that'll help out with that a little bit, I appreciate getting updated on that. And then I have another question from Sarah Marie. Can new agents get appointed? And yes, as long as you have a life license, correct?
Yep. When you add these riders on the life chassis, you just need a life license. So that's another advantage, is that if you don't have your health license, you wouldn't be able to sell these products on the individual side, like an individual DI or an individual CI. But if you add the rider, it's all going to be based on your life license.
Wonderful. And then the AxiFlex product, that is an actual, you have to have a health license for that, though, correct?
That is correct. The AxiFlex product would be a health product, so you do need your health license for that one.
Okay. But at Premier, we treat it as a term product because it is a death benefit of some sort.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Wonderful. Does anyone else have any other questions out there? I'm going to try to unmute everybody real quick here and see what I get up with, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
I'm slowly unmuting everybody, so if you have any questions, and if you're in a situation where you need to mute yourself back up, that's fine, but I'm trying to make sure to see if anyone else has any questions here. Okay. Any questions from the audience today?
Hi, this is Sarah Marie Brenner. I'm the one who asked about new agents getting appointed, and I missed the first couple of minutes. Are you going to be sending a link for people to be able to go on and get appointed, or to be able to access your site? Is that part of what I heard you said you're sending?
We will send out the information about Assurity to you after today. Yes, that way you can actually see that. To getting appointed, you'll have to come through us to get appointed, and we can help you with that, so we can give you a phone call after this session and talk to you and kind of get you started on that direction, if that's okay.
That'd be great. Thank you so much.
Okay. Any other questions? Well, Seth, I think you did a great job. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I love the opportunity to work with you guys any chance I get. So.
Wonderful. Okay. Well, I just want to close out a little bit here. Everybody try to stay warm and safe with the roads conditions that are out there. I know different states have different things going on. I just learned today that Connecticut was having the snowfall that we had yesterday and the blizzard that we had this weekend. But stay tuned. We do have our Life Weekly scheduled for every Monday at 10 a.m. Central Time. Next week we actually have Mike Matlock with us from MetLife. He'll be out here. And then, Seth, we have Assurity Life coming back again here. I think we have you for next month, don't we, again?
Sure, Dick.
I have another one coming up where we'll be talking another similar sales concept, more targeted towards permanent life insurance. But yeah, I think it's coming up here shortly.
Oh, wait a minute. On the 16th. You guys are on the 16th on our calendar.
Okay, perfect.
So that sounds great. Any questions, anybody, please feel free to give us a call. And the number is 800-365-8208, and just ask for a life marketer. Thanks. Thanks a lot, Seth. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Talk to you later,
No
okay?
problem. All right.
All right. Bye.